Today I'm going to prove to you that nothing you see, including your body, is real. Because you are literally inside a dream right now. So in this video, I'm also going to teach you how to wake up inside this dream and shift to any reality that you desire instantly. So let's get into it. Now, anything that you have right now, including your body, how do you know that you have it? You know that you have it because you are aware of having it. So anything that you have or you do not have right now, there is only one way for you to know whether you have it or you do not have it. And it is through your awareness of such an experience. Is there anything that you have that you are not aware of having? Or is there anything that you are experiencing right now that you are not aware of experiencing? No, you are always experiencing that which you are aware of experiencing. In other words, you cannot have or experience anything, including your body, unless you are aware of experiencing it. So then where do you have what you have right now? If what you have now, you only know that you have it through your awareness of having it, or only if you are aware of having it. Everything that you have it in your consciousness or your awareness. That is where you have anything, including your body, or experience anything, including your body, as real. So there is no experience possible outside of your awareness of such an experience. Basically, if your I am or your awareness of being is not where you are right now, or is not in your body, in your current reality, then you cannot see your body in your current reality, or you cannot experience it as real and objective to you. Because how can you see something that you are not aware of seeing? So if your awareness is extracted from your current body in your current reality and instead is placed into another body in a different reality, are you still here in your body in your current reality, or are you now wherever you are aware you are at, or whatever reality your awareness is in now? No, you will no longer be aware of being in your body in your current reality, because yourself as an awareness is no longer in that body in your current reality. Instead, you will now perceive yourself to be in another body in a different reality. And so the experience of another body in a different reality is what's going to be your objective experience now, because that is where your awareness is in now. So unless your awareness is inside any particular reality or an experience, or you could say unless any experience is inside your awareness, you cannot perceive that experience with your five senses, or you cannot experience it as real and objective to you. So everything that you are seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, or feeling to be solid and real, you are only able to experience it with your five senses through your awareness of such an experience. Now, if you need to be aware of being in any reality to experience it as real and objective to you, then who is really experiencing your body in your current reality right now? The one who is experiencing your body in your current reality is your consciousness or your I am. which is who you truly are. I am, or your awareness of being, is God Himself. And only through Him, or your awareness of an experience, can you experience anything as real and objective to you. Be still and know I am God. Psalm 46:10. You cannot experience anything without your awareness of experiencing it. So who you perceive yourself to be right now, which is your body in your current reality, is simply an experience or a dream of your consciousness. You are literally inside a dream of your consciousness right now. God is dreaming to be your body in your current reality right now, and thus you are experiencing it as real through Him or through your awareness of experiencing it. The moment your awareness departs your current body in your current reality, you will no longer have an experience of your current reality, and instead you will have an experience of another body in another reality, or some other experience that your I am or your awareness has entered now. That is exactly what happens when you go to sleep at night. When you are dreaming at night, whatever reality your awareness enters or merges with, that is what you experience as real or objective to you, while the experience of your current reality becomes subjective to you. And then when your awareness returns back into your current body in your current reality, then the experience of your current reality becomes objective and real to you, while the experience of the reality in your dream becomes subjective to you. I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:6. Wherever your I am or your awareness enters, that is exactly where you will find yourself to be or experience as real to you. I think it was 1952 or 1953. I was living in Beverly Hills on El Camino. It was a home that we rented. It was furnished and we had a double bed. I am on the right side of my body. It's the wee hours of the morning, and suddenly I am seeing what I should not see. I am seeing the interior of a very plush place. Consciousness follows vision, and I walk into the place. I remembered where I was when it started, so I came back to the bed on my right side. Again, I walked into the place, and again, I came back. I did it over and over and over, and then I decided to experiment. I thought I'd simply adventure. So as consciousness now followed vision into this place, I stepped into it, and it actually closed upon me, as though you had closed the curtains, just as though these curtains were now suddenly drawn and I couldn't see you. I am completely shut out from this world that I still remember in Beverly Hills. I know where my body is. It's on a bed, a double bed. My wife is in it, and here I am completely shut out from that world. For a moment, it doesn't disturb me. I'm going to experiment. Everything is real, just like this, as solid as this little lectern is now. I am to myself as solid as I am now. I walk through the door into a palatial suite of rooms. I examine all the things. It's unoccupied, but ready for occupancy, but not occupied. I come out into a hallway and I started walking this hallway. At the end, intersecting the hallway was another hallway that seemed a more public hallway. This one simply led those who occupied these suites into it and then into the main hallway. When I got to the end, I noticed that the whole thing was luminous, brilliant light. Two ladies were coming down the hallway, and I said, "Ladies, this is a dream." For I remembered the origin of it all. I was on my bed on the right side of my body, and the whole thing started that way. So I said, "This is a dream." They did exactly what any lady would do if a stranger met them in a hallway and announced, "This whole thing is a dream." They would think that one who made that announcement was insane. So they acted just as any lady would act, and they got as far removed from me as they could against the wall. But they couldn't go through it, and they walked as fast as they could in that manner, one behind the other. Then, as they got to the end, then they turned and made their exit. I said to myself, "Now, Neville, you know that this whole thing began as it began, so now you want to wake up and get back." Well, I closed my eyes and imagined I am back. Opened my eyes, I'm still there. I closed my eyes again and I said, "I'm back. This is a dream. Wake up." I opened my eyes. I am still standing there. I am completely shut out in an entirely different world, and there is no way back. I have a daughter, and she's not been educated. She's in high school, and she must have the best education that she's capable of taking. These are unfinished things in my world. I said, "Come on, Neville, you've got to get back." Then I remembered the way, and feeling is the secret. Now I must now feel. And so I'm not going to walk down the corridor and try to get back, because that's a different world. That world is as real as this world. Isolated. You can't find it by going through any crack in this world. It's simply that night in question, my eye opened and I saw it and walked into it. While lying on my bed, I walked into it, and the world is just as real as this. That's the world, and there are worlds within worlds within worlds into which everyone goes. Nothing dies. And there are worlds that are relative to this non-existent, judged by mortal minds. And so what I did was this. I simply imagined that my head was on a pillow and that I could feel it. I felt the pillow, and as I felt it, suddenly I felt myself in a horizontal state rather than vertical. And I knew I was on my bed. But I couldn't move my body. My body was cataleptic. Everything was dead. I am in my body, but it's dead. After what seemed like an eternity, I could move the little finger and then move a little bit more. And then finally I could move the other, and I stretched it out. I could feel the warmth of my wife. I felt her body, and I knew I was back. But I am still dead. The body is dead. All but this arm. I tried to open my eyes and I couldn't. Then afterwards, all this seemed a very, very long time. Then the lids, I could pry them open, and then I became aware of familiar objects in the room, the things all around, and here I am back. So I know I am the way. There is no other way. I didn't walk down the corridor. I didn't fly. I didn't take any road that men would suggest. I simply assumed that I am where I want to be. Assuming that I am where I want to be, I was there. I know that I can assume that I am what I want to be, and I am there. I am wherever I am in imagination. I can make there, here, and then now. Fuse them together, and I am here. I am all imagination, and I must be wherever I am in imagination. But always make there, here, and then now. So I am now the success I would like to be, and the world witnesses it. And this is the secret of I am the way. Everything in this world that you can think about is present. You can't conceive of something that is not already worked out in detail. But they are shadowy to those who dwell not in them. Mere possibilities, but for those who enter into them, they seem the only substances. When I enter into a world that is just like this, prior to my entrance into it, it's a possibility, an image. But let me now actually enter into that world so that my consciousness follows my vision. And I enter, it seems more real than this room when I leave it tonight. At the moment I am in this image and this room is real. When I depart here tonight, it's a memory image, just a memory picture. And wherever I am at that moment, that's more real than this room that is most real in my life. This is more real now than any part of my world. I left a home which was real when I left it, and it's now a memory image. But when I re-enter that room, it will seem to be the only substance in my world. When I came here, coming here, it was an image. As I entered the room, it took on all reality. All that was real. Now we think this is a normal procedure. No, everything in the world exists just as this room exists, and your home that you left exists, and everything exists. The job you want exists. It's only a dream, a mere image while you are not in it. But when you enter into it, it seems while you are in it to be the only reality. And you can't conceive of a state, not one state, that is not already worked out and finished, waiting for occupancy, waiting for someone who desires to experience that, to enter into that state. Neville Goddard. So your I am, your consciousness or your awareness of being is the only way to shift between various realities, whether in this universe or world or in a completely different world, for there are worlds just as real and solid as this one. But you can only see or experience them through your awareness of experiencing them, or through your consciousness or awareness entering whatever reality you wish to experience as real and objective to you. So unless you are where you want to be in your awareness, or unless you become aware of being in your desired reality now, you cannot experience it as real to you. Remember, you can't experience any reality without your awareness of experiencing it. And how do you become aware of being where you want to be? Well, if you, as an awareness, were in your desired reality right now, what would you see, hear, taste, touch, or smell? If you can feel the reality of what you want via your senses, or experience your desired reality in your awareness, then you must be already there. This is exactly what Neville did when trying to come back from an entirely different world in his consciousness into this one. There was no road that he could take to come back into this world. The only way he could come back is through his awareness of being in this world, or through his awareness of experiencing this world. In other words, he had to become conscious of being here via the feeling of this world. So he began feeling his head on a pillow, And as he did it, he became aware of being back in his bed in this world. So the feeling of this world brought his awareness back into this world. So the key to shifting to any reality is to literally become aware of being in that reality right now. For you cannot experience any reality without your awareness of being in that reality. A short time ago, a friend told me she would love to visit Norway, but felt she could not afford it. I suggested that she dwell in Norway by seeing the world from Norway. I said to her, as I would say to you, dwell in it. If you were in Norway, how would you see the world? You would see it from Norway. You wouldn't see it from Los Angeles if you were in Norway. She was not going to look at Norway from Los Angeles or ask how she was going to get there, but to simply sleep as though her bed was in Norway and it was the only substance. I received a card from her today, from Norway, where she confessed that she dwelt in the state as though she was there, and she received a call from a casting office requesting her to make a picture in Norway. You can move into any state, for all states are already completed. All you need to do is to step into the state for it to be transformed from a shadow to the only substance. Think of your desire, and it's a shadow lacking form. Enter it, and it's the only reality. Neville Goddard.